I wonder if we'll see eye to eye on this one. Straight out of Ngaruawahia, here's Maurieo. Hello, hello, welcome. Eye contact. One of the most difficult things to do with vlogging, particularly if you're, as I do, using a webcam or any camera, is to maintain eye contact. And if anything, that is one of the biggest the most often commented thing I get about my vlogs is that you're looking somewhere else or you're looking there, and it's very difficult to do because for a start, I'm operating the camera, I'm operating the computer, I'm operating all of these things. So my webcam is situated above my computer screen, and I need to look at the camera to get eye contact. However, I tend to want to look at what's coming out by looking at my computer screen. So this would appear that I'm looking down in this instance here. It's very difficult to maintain eye contact, and people often comment about that. But it's important that, I think I'm trying to explain why we don't. Now, one thing that some vloggers do is that they use sunglasses and things like that, so that while they're vlogging they can look down at their screen and nobody knows exactly where their eyes are, so they feel like they're maintaining better eye contact. I just purchased these sunnies here, but what I find is they're too dark and I can't actually read my screen. Perhaps I need to brighten up my screen. That might be one way of doing it. But at the moment, you can see I can now look at while my eyes are down here. The viewer can't see where my eyes are, and so that gives the appearance of eye contact. However, that everything has its downside. So in the real professional world, they have do things with mirrors and what have you, and they're able to have the camera in the middle of the screen, in a sense, as to what people are looking at. And that's, like the data prompt or the auto cue, the camera is in the middle, and it's all done with mirrors. That's why you see little bits and pieces related to mirroring and things in some of the webcam applications. Now, this background photo that I've got here is a photograph from an article I've just been reading about. Someone has devised some software that enables, or even though you're looking at the screen, it enables the software lines up the eye contact. So you can see in the top photo the guy appears to be looking above the subject, but it's been adjusted for eye contact in the third picture, top right. And the same, they've got that lady there behind my head. I'll just make me disappear for a moment there in a minute. There it is there. You can see she's looking above, and then the software's adjusted the eye contact. Oh, here I am again. So just interesting that how to do that. And as I say, I've been working on it with the sunnies, and that sort of works for some people. That's if you look at Casey Neistat, a lot of his stuff straight to screen. He wears pretty much wears shades all the time. So just a little bit there. So let's have a look at today's diary and sort of try and work through the day. And there's no way I'm going to be able to read that with those on. So, yeah, interesting day. I had every intention of getting a lot of marking done today, and I purposely set my alarm for early. But my lovely wife's come back from Australia. She came back in at 2 in the morning, so that sort of I thought she was going to come later than that, but so that sort of meant I slept in a little bit, and marking didn't go quite so well there. And yeah, she came in. It's wonderful to have her back. The cats, Charlie in particular, is loving it. He loves his friend is back. So yeah, interesting. Yeah, oh, perhaps a story for another day there as well. And so then, well, we had our Saturday lunch date at the Blissful Vegan. So we went to there and did a couple of little chores on the way back, and lo and behold, it was 2 o'clock. And I didn't actually feel much like in the mood for marking, but I've got a little bit done, just a little tiny bit. And so there it went. And then I got a little bit of marking done, and then I started to fall asleep. So I needed to do something to energize myself. Another reason for my eye contact is I have a second screen over to the left here, and height 3.5. I think I forgot that today. And so I'm quite often glancing over there and looking at things and changing things up there as well, which makes the eye contact very difficult. So yes, I thought I'll go out and energize myself by doing a bit of work. And I went out, and Moz had indicated that the still, or the weed whacker, to put some blades on it. So I went and attempted to change the head on the weed whacker, which I did. Eventually, I had to watch a couple of YouTube videos to find out exactly how to do it, because I couldn't get the head off. But I persevered and got that done. Whoa, what a difference that makes. It's, yes, quite a lot different than using string. So, yeah, we're into the 21st century with that. And so we did a bit of work on the still, on the weed whacker, and I'm pulling out some Chinese ladder fern from behind my fence. So I got a little bit of that done, but didn't get it finished. I left it for another day because I called my lovely wife out to have a look at what I was doing, and she went and checked the mailbox, and in there was all these little parcels from Wish. I've been doing a little buying on Wish, and that's where these glasses came from, actually, from Wish. $2, I think. I think the postage costs more than the glasses. And so I've got a few little bits and pieces there that I'll maybe talk about over time, and my some of the fun I've had with some of the little items. So yeah, that's been interesting, an interesting experience. So yeah, it's 3,196 steps. Not bad considering I didn't go too far. 398 the eye contact. We've got a question coming up. Where, what, who? We've got a hint. 1. It's proving a wee bit tricky. And yeah, a bit of a shout out to my dad. It's his birthday, 27th of April. He would have been 98. 98 today, PJ O'Neill. 98. So unfortunately he died when he was 63. So some 35 years ago, almost 35 years ago, approximately. So yeah, well, just think a little moment on the wonderful man that he was, and the things that he did for me over the years. Yeah, great guy. Would have loved to have been able to perhaps talk to the 98-year-old PJ as a rising 65-year-old or something, 64-year-old or whatever. Would have been interesting to have been able to compare notes. So I've mentioned the marking, I've mentioned wish, and I've mentioned the lunch. So that was pretty much my day. It was a bit eclectic, I would say, but enjoyable, wonderful. Weather-wise, a little bit on the dull side, and sort of work-wise marking. So never an uplifting or extremely pleasant experience, but it does have to be done. So let's go and have a look at our daily challenge. And here's someone who really enjoys life. Snoop Dogg is also known by his other name of, well, one of those. I'm not even going to say all those. I think it's all written there in front of you. There, I think just in show a bit of respect for Snoop Dogg, I think I'll put my shades on and just pull my hoodie on like that, so that so it's one of those ones there. Now I can't see them at all. So put your answer in the comments below the video if you know the answer there to Snoop Dogg, also known as, and let's have your answers, and perhaps some comments on your any Snoop Dogg experiences that you may have had. So I think I'm more Marshall Mathers or Eminem or Slim Shady. I'm getting to be Slim Shady, actually. I'm sort of gone from from Fat Shady to Chubby Shady, and heading towards Slim Shady. So don't ask me to rap, please. Right now, I have to uninstall the Snoop Dogg paraphernalia to continue on with the Hall of Fame, and it was all about Hot Wheels yesterday. I have to say, was not a great Hot Wheels fan. I didn't have any Hot Wheels. I had a slot car set that I built up. I bought parts in installments from England. Mine wasn't the Skeletrix one. Mine was an Airfix one, which was slightly different to everyone else's. I thought slightly better, but opinions vary on that. And as far as I know, it's still up in the roof of my now my sister's home. My slot car set. Figure 8 it did, and had some marvellous things. But in answer to there, Moz came in with the answer first from Australia, and then from Canada, Tartan Snowflake, in with their answers and comments and their wonderful support of my daily vlog. Also, Web Crap of the Week got some good comments, and a comment came in there from Elliot Plays as well. So thanks everybody for your watching my videos, liking and subscribing and commenting. I am posting my videos on Facebook now, so my YouTube view count, I believe, has possibly dropped off a little bit, as a number of my viewers, I was almost going to call them fans there, but I think that's possibly a little bit over the top. Viewers, supporters, subscribers are watching on YouTube. So Facebook. So hello Facebookers and YouTubers, and thanks very much for your marvellous support. I look forward to seeing you again tomorrow. All good. Cheers. Love that eye contact. See you tomorrow.
That's all, folks.
This has been a maureo presentation, recorded live in our Ngaruawahia studio. Ngaruawahia, capital of the Waikato, a small region towards the top of the North Island of Aotearoa, New Zealand, the land of the long white cloud, that small country at the bottom of the globe, the place where Kiwis live.